Welcome to Florida Men on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. If you're here for the first time, we are three best friends who tell stories about Florida. We are a story-based podcast. We talk about legends, lore, each other, you know?
Yeah. And we love talking about each other.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do. It is Super Bowl week.
And Cam does the headlines.
I do the
Josh
headlines.
does the funny.
He does. Listen, guys, I got distracted because it's Super Bowl week.
Okay, because
I'm
you're
a
such
huge
a big...
American football fan.
Right. The fact that you just called it American football.
Yeah, that's very
like
bougie
negates it
and
like
pretentious
instantly.
of you.
I love
that goes
sports.
to show so fast.
I love throwing the sports ball.
Oh, right.
I don't
Okay.
know why you guys are hating on me right now.
Who's the coach of the American Football League sports team that you like?
Tony Dungy.
Okay.
The guy that retired like 20 years ago.
Right.
Bobby Bowden.
Right.
Bobby
I mean, he
Bowden.
is a legend.
He is. He
He's a
could
good
coach
guy.
any American football team.
Right.
He could coach me right now. Life coach.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. You're done. You're done.
Right.
here.
So we've talked a lot about our boy Tom Brady.
Right.
Oh, God.
Okay, who's going to the Super Bowl this
The
week?
Buccaneers.
He's
Weird,
new Florida
right?
man. I mean, it only took 1 year,
That's
not even a
crazy.
full year of being a Florida man to bring us back to the Super Bowl.
Oh, you know what's funny? All four
Back to the Super Bowl. We've
all
been?
four Major League sports that we
2002.
have.
Congrats.
We're in the finals this year.
Yeah.
All four Major League Florida sports. made
Name
the
them.
finals. We have hockey sport, football sport,
Right.
basketball sport, and I'm assuming baseball sport, and race car sport.
What are the teams of those?
The Buccaneers,
Uh-huh.
the Lightning,
Right.
Here we go.
the Miami Heat,
Right.
and the Marlins.
Are those true?
No.
Okay.
What were the truth ones in
The
Cameron
Rays.
Sports?
The Devil Rays.
Right. No, not the Devil Rays.
Dang it.
You guys are
Sorry.
living in like the 90s.
We
Good
don't. We
Lord.
haven't watched sports since our fifth grade teacher made us.
Oh, jeez.
Next segment.
Listen, guys, we gave Josh a soundboard this episode. It's been 114 episodes. He's been
Yeah.
begging for one, so
Yeah.
we gave it to him.
I mean, he's a good guy, Josh, right? I love him. Do y'all love him? It's so natural. I sound like a pro doing
Raise
this.
your hand if you're ready for headlines.
Okay, headlines.
Headlines?
All right, let's start off with a strong one.
Come on.
All right, we have a Florida man who is fighting with his wife in the car.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Shame on him.
Yeah, shame on him, shame on them. We don't know whose fault it is, but we do know that the argument
here he
ended
goes.
with a bunch of burritos stuffed in the wife's face.
Okay.
What?
Smushed is a better word.
Burritos or Doritos?
Burritos.
The driver
They had just gone to Taco Bell.
Okay.
They had a
family fun pack.
they had
I
a
know it.
bag of burritos because here's the thing, all right? It said it all started, okay, when a less than understanding husband dangled a
Whoa.
burrito. Hold on.
Whoa, whoa.
Don't stop me. Yeah.
Okay.
Dangled a burrito in front of his wife's face and made fun of her for being upset that their son was having to move out of their home, which is
Wow.
He sounds like a jerk.
yeah, he does.
How does he pull that off? Like, your son's got to move out.
That's so weird.
It's our son's moving away and
yeah,
then
it's
just
really strange.
That's
waving a
not hurtful.
burrito.
I hope he's in prison.
All right,
Yeah.
here's the thing. So he
Death penalty.
the wife didn't like this, right? Okay,
Yeah.
this was on lunchtime on a Sunday, by the way.
Right.
You can't do that
You
on
bite
Sunday.
that burrito.
It would make more sense if it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
and like after drinking, but like Sunday.
Well, you wouldn't be driving then.
Lunchtime on
No,
a
for
Sunday is
sure.
nap time. Everybody knows that.
Exactly. So, anyways, she grabbed the burrito. She wasn't, amused by this. Threw it behind her on the floor, and
no.
he picks up the bag of remaining burritos. I don't know how many burritos they had,
Family fun
but
pack.
they were ready for a strong Sunday afternoon, and smashed them in her face, causing some to go up her nose.
What?
Which is
this
that's
a-
probably
are they
like one of
all
the worst
unwrapped?
things I can
Well, that's in
picture.
the police report.
Are they
is in
all
the police
unwrapped?
report.
That's the thing.
Well,
is
they
like,
are now.
He mashed it through the paper up my nose.
Okay.
Shame on him for doing that. He's got a felony charge now, I bet.
I think so. Honestly, you know what's weird? This is kind of a random thought. I wonder if somebody has to like crime scene investigators like
Wow.
take little burrito bits,
Out of the
match
nose?
it up, and be
Yeah.
like, "Is this the same burrito
Yep.
that was in?"
This is the weapon. That's old burrito. She had that up her nose since yesterday.
Exactly.
The lawyer's
Different
like,
burrito.
She snorts burritos.
Your Honor, that's
I've
a
been
different
trying to tell
burrito.
you.
All right. So since Wayne is so obsessed with sports,
thank you. Love
And
it.
he,
Pass me the
uh,
ball, coach.
he wants to show that love off tonight.
Touchdown.
Let's talk about the Olympics.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so the Olympics were supposed to take place. It was summer Olympics specifically. Were supposed to take place last summer in Tokyo,
But summer didn't
because
happen.
we had no
Oh.
summer. We were stuck inside.
Right.
Global
So
warming.
they're supposedly supposed to happen starting this July in Tokyo.
Okay.
Well, the CFO of Florida, which
What?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
There's
I
a CFO
I
in
didn't vote for
Florida?
him. I
Greg?
Yeah, there's a chief financial officer of Florida,
No
Jimmy.
way.
Yeah,
His name is Jimmy.
Yeah.
Okay. He's
Patronus.
What?
Jimmy Patronus.
I swear.
That's made up.
Anyways, Jimmy. So here's the
Love
thing.
you, Jimmy.
So Jimmy wrote a letter to the International Olympic Committee, okay, and basically saying, listen, don't have the game in Tokyo's.
Okay.
What?
Have them in Florida this year. He
on.
is trying to persuade them to move the Olympics
Why?
that are happening in like 5 months from Tokyo. I think part of it is because he's sure that we're not going to lock down. Like Florida is the
The
state.
rebel.
Yeah, that's why we're having the Super Bowl here.
God bless.
Oh,
So
I see what you're
dumb.
saying.
And so they're basically saying, "Hey, listen, bring it to Florida.
We're dumber
not
than
going to shut
you."
it down. We don't want to move
Yeah.
it again." And so he's sending this
Wow.
whole letter,
And what
trying
did
to get
Tokyo
the.
say?
Well, it's not a. It's more so up to the committee, but they haven't responded
gotcha.
He
yet.
should have sent an email.
They're like, "Dear Jimmy Patronus, we don't trust anything you say."
Right. I mean, it's just wild. I
With
mean,
love, the entire world.
honestly, the first thing that got me was the same thing that got you guys. We have a CFO.
Yeah.
That
Of
is
Florida?
That here's the thing: if you tell me to
Go
make
by
up a
Jim.
name, make up a name on the spot, I'm gonna say Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's so random.
So many options too.
CFO of
Jim,
Florida.
James,
How do you even get that position?
Jimothy.
Jimothy. Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, I guess you have to be really good with money.
I don't know. I know we're making a big deal about it, but Jimmy does listen, and so I would
Yeah,
like
big
for
fans.
him to email us.
Love you
Yeah.
a lot.
Let us know how you got that job.
All right. Our next Florida Man headline, we're going to go to a classic Florida Man story. This happened last week.
Okay.
We have a 22-year-old naked Florida man
There we go.
who
There
stole
he is.
a police patrol vehicle.
There you
Of
go.
course.
What can you do?
All right. So basically, this guy named Josh was laying. Yeah, it's the same Josh. Honestly, I think so. Okay, we're gonna have to turn that thing off.
This thing's got a mind of its own, actually.
All right. So, anyways, Josh was laying on the side of the road on Interstate 10.
No, that wasn't me.
Naked. Okay, when a police officer stopped some other car across the highway on the other side of the
Sunbathing
highway.
is illegal now.
I don't think so, but the next part is he saw the officer stop someone else. He was writing them a ticket. Josh
Saw a
gets
nude
up,
body.
hauls
What?
across the interstate, I-10, and then gets into the vehicle and drives away,
Oh my!
fully nude.
Well,
And
if
so
you
he
want to
goes
get clothes, you need to get them, right?
right. Well,
What do you
yeah.
have to say for yourself?
Do you think he
usually
had
how
a
it goes.
backup cop's uniform in there just in case, like he number two'd?
Oh, and he puts it on.
Yeah.
That Josh guy puts
That's
it
what
on.
I'm saying.
and gets
for
away
sure.
with it.
I mean, I sunbathe on Interstate 4,
Right.
as you know, and sometimes off of I-75.
But not I-10.
Depend on, not I-10.
In a way, though, not to get political, but our taxes pay for the cars.
Okay. Well,
Here he
here's the
goes
thing. So
again.
Jacksonville,
you really want to be CFO, don't you? You're
he's
going
pushing
after
for it.
Jimmy.
Hire me for CFO of Florida, and I'll make the cop cars belong to the citizens again.
Finally.
So the city of Jacksonville at first didn't say hey, a naked guy stole a police
That's embarrassing.
vehicle. Yeah, they said that there was a stolen vehicle that belonged to the city of Jacksonville, and so
Okay.
which is true.
So you're
Broad.
thinking like a Parks and Rec truck.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. But it was a marked patrol officer's vehicle. The guy ended up driving it away for a little bit and then crashed into the woods. He caused about $10,000 worth of damage on it. But his list of charges is pretty long. Theft of a motor vehicle. Some of them are interesting. I've never heard of them. Aggravated battery on a law
defacing a
enforcement
vehicle.
officer.
What?
How's a battery on a law enforcement officer?
I don't know. He must have hit him. Okay. I don't know. It doesn't say in the story, but that's his charge. And the next part is depriving an officer of means of communication or protection and resisting an officer without violence. I didn't even know that was a
Wow.
charge. Depriving an officer of means of communication or protection.
It's because it's made up.
Yeah. It
He
sounds
took his
made
cell
up.
phone, basically.
Yeah.
Well,
So if he
He
takes
must have
his
left his cell
batteries
phone in the car.
out of his walkie-talkie.
Exactly.
boom,
Oh,
it's a crime.
jail.
Jail.
Straight to jail.
Straight
So-
to jail.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I just thought that charge specifically
No,
was
but
interesting.
the thing about it is it's probably just doesn't exist because, like you said, you would have to like get a hold of a officer's walkie-talkie,
Yeah.
take the batteries out, and then you get that specific charge.
or you just snip them. They have that little wire going up
They
there.
do have the wire.
You just
Snip
snip
a quick
'em.
snip. And
Oh, snip it. Okay, just snip
Jail.
that.
Straight to jail.
Straight to jail.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, here's the thing. I don't know. Like, I just feel like the fact that no one's asking the right questions. Why was he naked to begin with?
We don't know.
I mean,
sunbathing.
that's the thing is he's just kind of chilling on the side of the interstate naked.
Right.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I can imagine that charge probably originally came from like a hostile barber. That like the cops are like, you're going to give me a discount. And then he kept snipping that cord. And they're like, we're going to create a crime for it. That's just what I read
Yeah.
one time.
You're depriving me of communication.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always
I can't
going
call
after
for
the little
backup.
man.
Yeah. If we have any children listening, if
Get
your
'em.
parents ground you and take your cell phone,
You're
charge
depriving
them
me of
with
communication.
depriving
'em.
you of communication.
Take their card naked.
Don't do that.
Yeah. And that's a better option.
No, don't do that. Okay, let's move on. So our next one, we have a Florida man that was upset with his ex-wife's or his ex's. It might just be his ex-girlfriend, new boyfriend. Okay, there's a new boyfriend. We have a love triangle situation.
Right, naturally.
They were on the phone together, arguing, the three of them. I don't know why you would do that.
Three-way
right?
calls
It
exist.
is a
Right.
thing.
And so our Florida man that we're talking about is married. Like he broke up with this person a while ago, is already remarried.
right, cool.
But
Moved on.
he's still upset.
Yeah.
Okay. He's so upset that 10 minutes after arguing with this couple, he drives their house in his wife's Mercedes
Hello.
and
Hello, doing
shoots
well.
at this new boyfriend 94 times.
Wow. I mean, I'm not a gunsmith or gun owner.
Right.
And you are not either.
No.
Wayne. Cam. What type of gun has 94 bullets?
I mean, you're not going to be able to hold all of that in like one
Is that
clip.
like a Tommy
so
gun?
he's like reloading. Yeah, pretty much.
So this guy is pacing back and forth in front of their house.
No, I think he's still in the car. So basically, he does a drive-by shooting at this guy's house.
This is the
really, he
slowest
stops.
17 times?
Well, he stops in front. They call it a drive-by. He did stop.
I
The
guess
thing
so, right.
was,
Yep.
the guy was outside his house. Like the guy that is being shot at was outside his house.
I mean, I'm not laughing, but you can imagine after like 12 shots, you're like, phew, he's done.
He's
Right.
not gonna hit. Yeah, and then he shoots 80 more times.
He dives into some bushes. Okay,
Okay.
some
Oh, yeah.
shrubs in front of the house.
Right.
This guy shoots 94 bullets at the house. Hits him one time in the butt.
Oh,
Come
got him.
on,
That's
got
where
him
he's
in,
aiming.
Got him in that bank.
That
Yep,
forced- that
exactly.
forced,
So,
yep.
anyways, lucky for the guy that got shot. I mean, it was just the butt. He drove himself to the hospital. The Florida man gets locked up. I mean, but insane.
That's impressive,
That
though.
is so many rounds.
You survive a firefight that consists of 94
a
shots. being
one-sided
shot at you.
firefight.
For
Hit-
real,
it hit
you're in a
you-
shrubbery.
Left or right butt cheek, you know?
Left.
Left butt cheek.
Oh, that's okay.
And then you're able to get up, hobble to your car, go to the hospital. Good on that guy. What a
Yeah.
tough fella.
For real.
And then the husband went to jail
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did
forever.
Is there like a
probably
crime,
because
like
he was already like a felon, and so he gets charged
I wouldn't
extra
imagine
for.
I wouldn't. Yes.
I think
that
he
wasn't his
also had,
first
like-
offense.
No, violent crimes was one of his past offenses, and they're not allowed.
Guy
He's not
loves
allowed to
violent
own a
crimes.
gun. Yeah, he got a bunch of charges.
Good.
We have another one that we have a Florida man that destroys a toilet.
Okay.
That's rude.
Don't
Is
we
this-
all?
Is this Cam?
No,
That's
it's not me. We have a Florida man that was at a bar. Okay. The Coconut.
Hello.
That was the
Coconut.
name of the
Shout
bar.
out.
He gets cut off by the what do you call those people?
Barkeep.
Barkeep. What's another name?
Security.
Bartender. There we go.
Bartender.
Yeah, bartender. Yeah.
So
been a while.
anyways,
COVID.
Batista.
Yeah.
I think Batista's
right. So he gets cut off. Okay, so he's like playing pool,
Right.
and kind of minding his own business. But when the barkeep, as Josh says, does last call, he's like, I'm gonna try to get another one.
I need that one. You want
sneak
more.
one in.
Right.
So he goes up, orders a beer. Which this is kind of funny about this one specific article. This article goes into this. I will quote this article. He returned during last call and tried to buy a beer, which is an alcoholic beverage involving the brewing and fermentation of cereals, typically malted barley and flavored by means of
There was a
hops.
word count.
When you got to reach a word
Dude,
count, my guy,
that was my first thought.
Jesus Christ.
you got to do
Who's
it.
the author here?
I don't know.
I want to boo him.
So anyways, the barkeep says, no, you're cut off. So he's like, okay, well, I'll leave, but I need to use the restroom first. He goes in, rips the toilet seat off of the toilet, and proceeds to
Here we go.
literally destroy the toilet with the toilet seat.
He's angry.
He's angry.
He's upset.
Usually one's tougher than the other. It's not toilet seat's tougher than toilet.
No, Coconut's bar is known for their steel-plated toilet
Oh,
seats.
Right.
So I'm going to quote this article again. The man was accused of getting upset and removing the toilet lid and beating the toilet with it. Typically installed in bathrooms, a toilet is a receptacle
What the
into
hell?
which
Shut up.
a
Are you
person
serious?
or urinates.
Defecates?
Or urinates. It consists of a large bowl affixed
Oh my
to an
gosh.
apparatus designed to flush away the
This is
urine
insane.
and fecal matter into a septic tank or sewer
What is your
system.
source on this?
This
insane.
is a newspaper.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
but call him out.
Dude, I mean,
Give me the who is it?
tcpalm.com is what the article is.
What is it?
Now I
Honestly,
feel like I
shame
could
on
write for a
them.
I'm
newspaper.
blown away.
Shame.
I'm blown
Shame.
away that they would they put a whole paragraph
This is a
guy-
describing what a
A
toilet
robot
is.
is writing this article.
Yeah, this guy went to a bar.
What's a bar?
Domestic disturbance.
Yeah.
Right.
Tears apart a toilet, and
Yeah.
I'm more offended at the article
Oh yeah.
than the fella who did. it.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's why I read it to you. I mean, I couldn't believe that they would put all this
We
in
need
it.
a Hall
It's
of
a long
Fame.
article to say, hey, guy couldn't get another beer.
And Commode wasn't in there?
Destroyed the toilet. No.
Oh,
Apparatus specifically.
No one says
No.
commode.
Right.
I say Commode.
Oof. So anyways, that's
Komodo
it.
Dragon.
My guys, listen to me. That we need to use that site as a source more often.
Please.
Yeah.
I feel like
Close your eyes, pick another random article,
Okay.
and read it right now.
Okay, perfect. Let me go to the homepage. This headline is, did DeSantis budget enough for our environment?
come on.
Hey, fellas.
Hi, Josh.
Josh, it's so good to see you.
It's good to be here.
God
with
bless
you
you.
guys.
Be seen.
That was the ending of that. So, you know that fourth guy
Greg.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's who I'm talking about.
Right.
He's been bugging me about his terrible tips segment. And that
Right.
he used to get his own sode.
He got his own episode for a while in year number 1.
Mm-hmm. And so I decided,
Okay.
instead of giving him his own sode,
Right.
since I'm boss over that,
Right.
I'll let him take over my.
Your icebreaker?
Yeah.
Greg's
Wow.
going to do your icebreaker tonight.
Because
Are you
God
going to give me your
bless.
microphone?
Big sports fans. Oh, no. His throat's a little rough.
Right.
Okay.
He's trying out for Hannibal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a musical.
Hannibal the musical?
Yep.
About the serial killer?
Yes.
You don't mean possibly the
It's supposed to be good.
We're excited.
Yeah.
So this is Greg's sports fan tips.
Come on. Cue the music.
Athletics.
Sports.
Jump.
Kick.
ESPN.
League. Sports.
High five.
Hydration.
Dugout. Tackle me. Slam dunk. Open man.
Defense.
Technical foul.
Orange slices.
Oatmeal creams.
Concession stands.
Foul on the play.
Beer.
Real men sports. And women's sports. Cool. Sports fan tips.
Come on.
Okay, he handed it to me via email.
Okay.
Luckily, he has broken it down into sections.
Come
Perfect.
I've got tailgate tips,
on. Okay.
watch party tips,
I need those.
not in your own home, parentheses,
Right.
Okay.
and VIP box viewing tips.
Come on. I love
So
these.
we
I
are
love
going to
these.
start with watch party tips, not in your own home.
Come
Let's
on.
do it.
Super Bowl week.
Okay. Greg says, so you're invited over to watch the game
Right.
with some fellas from sales.
Okay.
Okay.
Problem? Yeah,
They're rowdy.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
rowdy. What game? Right? What sport?
Right.
Do
Who
you,
knows?
Do you dare ask?
No one knows.
Greg says, hike, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. And if it's sports season, then there could be like 10 games.
Exactly.
Right.
So you can't even Google it, right?
Right.
Greg says, here's your plan. You're going to arrive with a cooler full of beers and some illegal mugs.
Okay.
What?
He said something else. I censored it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
You guys can get the drift here.
Okay, so this is his advice if you don't know what game you're
If
going
you don't
to
know
watch.
sports,
Right. But
Because you don't want to ask because you don't want to look like you're not in the know.
Which is helpful. I've been invited to sports parties.
yes, you have.
You want to come
And-
watch the game?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Who's the sport?
See, you don't want to say that.
You don't want to say that.
Doofus.
Yeah.
You old turkey. So, Greg says the plan. Arrive with a cooler full of beers
And
Okay.
illegal mugs.
and some illegal mugs.
yeah.
Because these are sales guys, right?
Right. That's what they
Right.
do.
That's true.
Illegal mugs are probably already
They're
there,
always token.
right? But what do you wear?
Oh, what do you wear to a sports party?
Greg says tie-dye.
Really?
Yep.
That's a bold choice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He says, why you wear tie-dye? Because a lot of colors.
Right.
So
You're
You're supporting.
encompassing all colors.
There's
Yeah.
a chance that the team that's playing, one of their colors will be in your shirt.
That's right. That's how
Right.
tie-dye
See.
works.
That's true.
Greg is so smart, dude.
Worst case, he says, you say, it's my pawpaw's lucky
Tie-dye.
team shirt.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
My
look at-
grandpa does have a lucky tie-dye shirt.
Yeah, for
Oddly enough.
for the Buccaneers.
For the
Right.
Buccaneers.
Yeah.
The hockey
So-
team.
You walk in, right? Someone asks, well, who you rooting for?
America.
Greg says, always. Greg says, he says, scan the room, look for the jerseys.
Right.
The most
Oh.
jerseys pick the team.
And if-
Oh.
okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you have more
what
allies.
if it's all tie-dye, though?
That's really confusing.
If all the guys at the
Yeah.
sports party listen to this segment, they
Oh,
all show up
crap.
in tie-dye.
Then who threw the party? It's confusing.
John Denver.
So Greg says, you say I'm rooting for blank,
Right.
but
Whichever
really,
jersey you see first.
yeah, but really I'm here to meet my future groomsmen.
Oh.
That's a great-
Then you
wow.
cheers every person in the room, he says.
That's cool.
That's gold.
That's really
Yeah,
cool.
that's
dude.
good.
Uh-oh, halftime arrives, Greg says.
J-Lo.
How do you keep the excitement going?
Right.
Easy. J-Lo.
Okay, that's
Wayne,
actually what
chill.
he has. Okay. No, he says J-Lo, which
Oh,
is
okay.
odd.
I've been so excited since the inauguration.
But he says if J-Lo doesn't arrive, here's where you pull out a big pack of socks and the game twister.
What?
Boom.
Oh.
That's
Because you...
Yep.
That's not not good advice at all.
That's great advice.
To take the game Twister with socks
To a sports party?
with a bunch of guys.
The only thing that keeps guys from playing Twister is what?
Bare feet.
Bare feet. You gotta have fresh socks. Everybody knows
bowling.
this. Why do you think we aren't playing Twister right now?
Guys, we're all wearing shoes and socks.
Bingo.
Freaking
But if we had fresh socks, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you do want fresh socks.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'd be in a pretzel right now if we had.
You'd be in the corner watching J-Lo.
Oh, grody.
So far, these tips are pretty good, Greg.
That's pretty good.
Next, tailgate party tips.
Okay.
So tailgating is different than a sports party.
You know, you are the sports guy.
Break
yeah,
it
the
down.
last time I went to a sports party, they had a tailgate.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Greg says your mall walking group invites you to a tailgate party.
Woof.
Right.
And it's mandatory.
Right.
You know how they are.
Brendan Louise.
You don't want to get jumped out
No.
of a mall walking group.
Exactly.
The problem, right? You're broke.
Right.
And
what
the
do
only
bring?
sport you know is power walking.
Right.
Amen.
So Greg says the plan, you got to use your skills, the skills of the power walker. What are those skills, he says?
I don't know.
Hypervigilance and speed. Because someone could be walking out of Express
Right.
and you don't want to be hitting them
I see what you're
True.
saying.
bang,
True.
bang, right?
So,
So there's more.
okay.
Thank God.
Had he has written here. He says, once you arrive, don't go directly to the tailgate party
Okay.
that you're attending. You foot it through the lot. And you're going to be looking for loose sports paraphernalia. See, tailgaters are a
okay.
messy bunch.
Because
Right.
because he's broke.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You can find abandoned foam fingers,
Oh, you can.
hats, jerseys,
Bag of chips.
kids.
Mm.
If you're observing
Wait,
enough,
backup?
you could.
You don't want to pick up kids.
Well, if it could be like a
No.
Okay.
Next.
He says take anything with a sports logo, so the
Yes.
kid doesn't have a sports logo,
Okay.
and confidently attach it to your body.
Absolutely.
Right.
Then you go to the event.
Just make sure they're all the same team.
Oh, that's true. That
And
could
that's
be
what's
confusing.
crazy is I knew that Greg had thunder thighs, but I didn't realize it was because of the power walking.
That's
Bro, it's
why.
those Skechers
Shape
shape
ups,
ups.
He
yeah.
wears the weighted shoes.
He's rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
Party reaching a lull.
Yeah.
He says, here's where you pull out a new pack of socks and the game twister.
That's
Cheers, man. Yeah, I knew it was there. It was right on the tip of that crowd's tongue. Cheers, me.
Oh.
Next tip.
Okay.
Greg's really tying it up in a bow here.
Okay.
VIP sport box with company execs.
Really?
Yeah. Have you been invited to those?
I've been in, the CFO of Florida, Jimmy Patreon.
Right.
He called me and brought me to his house for a
Right.
for a CFO party.
This is a VIP sport box
That's
at
what I
the
said.
arena.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
At
The
hockey
problem,
arena.
right?
Yeah.
Obviously, this party will decide how fast you climb the company ladder.
Oh, for
Right.
sure.
or
Gotta
if
make
you
good
do it all,
impressions.
right? Could
Right.
be
Right. You're
Yeah,
fired.
I mean, you're literally stuck in a glass box with people and
Bingo.
chicken wings.
that are in
bingo.
charge of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're all talking about, Stu Philadelphia,
Right.
the
They're wearing
quarterback.
suits. They're talking
Exactly,
stocks. They're talking the presidential election.
You got it.
What do you do?
He says the plan: drive around to all the sandbagging donation places
Oh my God.
and get bags of sand.
Okay.
Then drive back around and say that wasn't me and get more sand.
Why would you bring sand?
Go to the VIP
Oh,
sport
gosh.
box.
Okay.
Dump all that sand on the ground.
Okay.
Lay out beach towels. One thing execs love is the beach. So you tell those
Whoa.
execs,
Right.
you say, sun feels great on my skin. Care to join me? My name's Greg. I'm surely your next best employee. That's what I'm talking about. See, that one I'd kind of
Okay.
disagree with Greg.
Right. Right.
He says if that doesn't work, here's where you pull out a new pack of socks
And the game twister,
and the game
baby.
of Twister.
Robert Boucher Jr. was born April 13th, 1961.
1961.
Whoa.
Cool.
Cool. I like that year.
Robert's father actually passed away before he was born. He was traveling in. Yeah, I know.
Jesus.
People aren't happy about it.
Okay.
Robert's dad actually passed away while traveling in the Peace Corps. He died from sun poisoning and dehydration in the Sahara Desert.
Oh no! What?
Wow.
In the Sahara Desert?
What's he doing?
While working for the Peace Corps.
Oh
Cameron.
my gosh!
How do you feel now, crowd?
So he conceives this baby boy,
Yeah.
goes to serve in the Peace Corps, dies of dehydration in the
Good
Sahara
Lord,
Desert.
that's awful.
I know.
That's
So,
incredibly sad.
This
honestly.
left
sad.
Robert to be raised by his overly controlling and super religious mother, Helen.
Holy crap. I know what we're talking about.
So growing up poor, single mother household,
Bobby Boucher. The
Bobby
water boy.
struggled to really get out and do things other kids were doing.
Okay.
What?
They were really, really, really poor. And so
Yeah.
he was picked on almost constantly.
Okay.
He never had any friends except for his mom, which is kind of sweet.
Right.
But if your mom's your only friend,
yeah.
Okay.
it's kind of
You're
like,
gonna
you
need
know,
some more friends.
right.
Well, yeah, because
She can be your best friend, but you need other friends.
She can be your only friend.
This is
Right.
true.
It's kind of similar to Josh befriending the lunch lady.
Right.
Yeah. Well, she wasn't good on trampoline.
No, but
Those lunch lady shoes are not good on the trampoline.
they're not. You need more friends, right?
Right.
There was one dream that Bobby had
What?
that he really wanted to pursue, and that was being on the local college's football team.
No.
Nice.
What's
Okay.
happening here?
Because it's such a small town, like Americana thing.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
football is king. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
if you're in a
Okay.
small town, like if you're on the football team, then you're at least somewhat popular. You got some kind of friends,
Okay.
right? Especially in the South.
Yeah.
So for Bobby, that was all he could think about. Because he was never accepted by anyone other than his mom.
Mhm.
Okay.
He felt like if I could make
Okay,
the
what
football
hell
team,
is that?
I would finally have some friends.
Right.
You know what I
Sure.
mean?
I mean, that was my goal in high school. It just didn't work out very
Right.
well.
No.
No.
Well, Annie, get your gun.
Listen,
Right.
the musical route, the musical route was just as bold.
It worked out for you. The team that Bobby wanted to try out for was called the Mud Dogs.
What the hell?
And
Is this?
they weren't exactly what you would call quality football.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
when Bobby got to college, the Mud Dogs had lost 40 consecutive games.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Is this
That's
American
like,
football?
That's like
league?
4 years.
Yeah. It's 4 years worth of losses.
Okay.
It's absolutely insane. Prior to that losing streak, they had only won like a game a season. So they were trash as a team.
Oh yeah, they're terrible.
Cool.
But I want to add some perspective on to the type of people that go to this school.
Okay.
6 out of the 8 cheerleaders for the Mud Dogs had
Okay.
multiple DUIs.
What? How do you know this?
In high school?
It's college. It's
Oh,
a community
college.
college team.
Okay.
Yeah. So they would show up to the games drunk, like regularly.
Good lord.
What? Why do you know
Well, they're
this information?
terrible. I mean, they have to cheer for like the worst
The
team in
Mud Dogs,
history.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Because of budget cuts, the team had to share equipment.
Sure.
So imagine that. Like if you're
Right.
coming off the field, you're on the offensive squad, and you have to hand your helmets and your padding
Oh,
to the
my
other
God.
team
Okay.
or to the other squad as they're running onto the field.
Hopefully,
Okay.
they're not sharing cups.
I think they
Oh.
were sharing cups actually.
Oh,
What?
no.
I'm serious. It was
No.
such
I think
a
I'd
poor
go
school, dude.
cupless. I'd go cupless.
Oh, for sure.
Or I'd make my own.
Right.
I have a tin can or something.
Exactly.
I couldn't think of anything on the spot.
I know, and you want to be protected.
Well, like a seashell then.
Seashell,
Like a Pringle
big
can.
conch, big conch
What?
shell.
Gross. This guy. Disgusting.
But it didn't matter.
Boo.
Bobby knew that if he could make this team, like basically he would make friends. It would make his life
Sure.
better. Okay. There were 2 major issues though. Bobby Boucher didn't know how to play football.
Sure.
Right.
That's the first major
Okay.
issue. He wasn't very good. He literally didn't know how to play.
Okay.
That's
Um,
usually an
one.
issue when you're
That's
trying,
a major
trying
issue.
out. Yeah.
And secondly,
Sounds like the team didn't know how to play either, though.
right, it's true.
Okay.
And the second issue was Bobby's overly religious mother was absolutely adamant that he wasn't allowed to play.
Okay.
She felt like that football went against their religious beliefs and moral values.
I
Really?
have read that.
She would
Yeah.
say things to Bobby like football's the devil.
King
Oh,
James
wow.
version actually
Right.
speaks about
You
American
can't-
football.
So basically, as an adult, Bobby was so afraid of his mother finding out that he had to sneak away to watch the team practice.
Okay.
But eventually, he was noticed by the head coach of the Mud Dogs, was a guy named Coach Klein.
Okay. For sure. For sure it is.
And so Coach Klein, he sees Bobby kind of on the sidelines, like constantly.
Okay.
And so
This
he
is like
basi-
every person that sits on the sidelines of a game's dream.
They're like
The head
hoping,
coach to notice
right,
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You
Right.
Get in here.
Right.
Well, Coach Klein, he did for Bobby what no one else would do, and he took the time to listen to him, spent afternoons with him, and like generally treated him like a person, like a friend.
Okay.
And so now Bobby's got two friends, his mom and the head football coach.
That's all you need.
Whoever will jump on the trampoline.
Right, 100%. And this really benefited Bobby because even though he didn't know how to play football, Coach Klein gave him a position on the team anyways. He actually hired Bobby Boucher as the team's hydration specialist.
Okay.
What is happening? Okay.
I think I mispronounced his last name. I think it is Boucher.
Okay, that sounds Cajun.
Okay,
Right.
so if you haven't figured this out yet,
God.
if this sounds familiar,
This
it's
can't be real.
probably because it's the exact plot of the 1998 Adam Sandler movie, The Waterboy.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because the film The Waterboy was filmed entirely in Florida.
You can't
Okay.
quiz me on something I have a tattoo of.
I know you do.
Right.
What I mean by they didn't just film B-roll here. This film took place supposedly in Louisiana, but when the film was being like kind of scouted and they were planning for it, they found that Florida was best suited to make this movie.
Why?
Right, because it's also a swamp.
Yes.
Absolutely. But here's
Hot.
what's interesting is production took place in a really small town with an amazing history called DeLand, Florida.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Okay, so DeLand is just north of our studio.
Right.
And for the most part, it looks like how you would imagine like a very small, off the beaten path Florida town.
For sure.
Yeah. One of my favorites, though. I love
yeah.
the place.
It's beautiful. DeLand used to be known as Persimmon's Hollow.
I didn't know it as
okay.
that.
No.
I've always known it as the land.
Yeah.
Right. So
I
Persimmon's
thought
Hollow,
Persimmon's Hollow was close by.
Yeah.
completely, same town.
Same town. Oh,
Just
wow.
120 years ago.
That's when the
That's probably
switchover
where the
happened.
confusion's coming in.
Yep.
And so it was located by a natural spring system, and it was absolutely covered by wild persimmon trees, which is where the name came from.
Perfect.
Okay.
The area was settled in 1874 by steamboat captain John Rich.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Okay, so
Is this another movie?
we're getting there.
Are you going to rope us in?
No. So in 1874, steamboat captain John Rich, basically he's going down the river and he built a cabin next to these springs for himself and his family.
Okay.
And he says this area is beautiful. He loves this. And oftentimes in our show, we do talk about Florida being a lawless swamp.
Oh, yeah.
But there are areas in our state that are absolutely paradise.
Mm-hmm.
And this area was no different. And so in Captain John Rich's journal, he actually wrote, "While traveling downriver, I have discovered an area that may very well be heaven on earth.
Wow.
It's a utopia deep in the middle of swampland."
He was in Florida.
Okay.
He was in Florida.
Okay.
So
I think I would speak that way about my own.
I definitely would.
Land
Yeah.
then.
I think in our state,
Your own front yard.
Yeah, it's paradise.
but there is a lot of places in Florida that do resemble paradise. I think that
Yeah.
like when you think of Florida, you kind of, there's no middle ground. You either see it as like this tropical paradise or you see it as like, oh, it's Florida. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
Or hell.
right,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
The opposite of paradise, if you're Jewish. So instead of keeping this area to himself,
Wait.
John Rich wanted
Listen.
others to know about the land, wanted others to know about Persimmon's Hollow.
Yeah, okay.
And so he reached out to his friend Henry Addison DeLand, who was a
Influential.
right. Henry was a baking soda magnate from upstate New York.
What?
Wait, what?
This
he
is
made
a movie.
millions of dollars from baking soda.
This is Forrest
Okay.
Gump.
And so Captain John Wrench convinces Henry DeLand to come visit this utopia in 1876, and it completely blows his mind. And so he immediately spent almost the entirety of his baking soda fortune
Okay.
to buy the land and hire thousands of workers to clear it.
Okay. So you find paradise, you're like, let's cut this.
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
cut all
Let's
the
ruin
persimmon
it.
trees down.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm allergic to persimmon.
He was
Yeah,
allergic to
I get
persimmon.
that.
He wants to clear the land. So they plant miles and miles of citrus trees.
What?
They laid out streets and roads, and they built a downtown area. And then they also recruited hundreds of families to come and live there.
It was so easy to
Okay.
just create a town back
For
then.
real.
Yeah.
All you had to do was have that baking soda money.
Exactly.
I feel like I would have been king of towns back
You
then.
would have been. So because of Henry DeLand's investments and hard work, the people decided to name the town after him, DeLand.
Perfect.
So that's where the name
I
came
guess.
from.
I like the
I
other
like
one.
the other one.
Persimmon's
better.
Hollow is cooler.
Yeah, it's way cooler.
So for over 120 years,
Let's change it back.
let's do it.
Yeah.
Start a GoFundMe. So for over 120 years, this little town in Florida just kind of existed, like out of the limelight, until 1996, when Adam Sandler and company were scouting for the perfect location for the next feature film.
You don't want your town put on the map by Adam Sandler. That's all
I
I'm
know
saying.
that is kind of a weird tourism. But no, the crew, just like Captain John Rich and Henry DeLand, they absolutely fell in love with this little city. They loved the area around it.
Right.
And so after filming The Waterboy, they actually convinced Disney to invest in the city's beautification projects.
Okay.
Nice.
So this is a small town. They don't have a big budget.
right.
Watertown is a Disney film.
Waterboy was a Disney production.
Cool.
And so they convinced Disney to invest in the city. And so basically, they repainted the school that the movie was shot at.
Okay.
They built a brand new football field.
Yeah.
And they sponsored the city's tourism projects.
Wow.
Which
Sounds
greatly
nice.
it greatly increased the livelihood of the land citizens. So now the small town's kind of popular.
Yeah.
The citizens are making more money, and it's doing really well. The interesting thing is, it really did put the land on the map. Since the production of Waterboy ended, there's been over a dozen big budget Hollywood movies that have been shot here in Florida in DeLand.
Into land.
Into land. So
After that.
Yeah. So you would think like in Florida, if there's gonna be a movie shot, you think like Orlando because Universal is there, Universal Studios, or maybe Miami. But in DeLand, there's been these major movies. So everyone from Mickey Rooney to Tom Cruise have come and shot films in DeLand, and then went on to spend time in the city on vacation at the Blue Springs State Park,
Wow.
which is right outside of DeLand. Yeah.
Jeez.
But there must be something in the water near DeLand.
Here we go.
Nice.
Because over 45 renowned like world experts and professionals have come from this little city in Florida. Like they were born there prior to Waterboy being filmed.
What?
So
what was
World
the
renowned in like different areas.
so like mathematicians, architects, inventors,
Cool.
45 world renowned experts came from DeLand.
What
It's
is
all the
happening?
persimmon trees, man.
Yeah.
That or the water. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's something special about the water in the area
Looks
where
like it's a debate.
you grow up there and next thing you know, you're an
All
expert.
right. Next episode, you drink the water, you eat the persimmons.
Boom.
Well, it's
see
not
who
just
has
experts.
a-
There's actually been Major League Baseballers,
Okay.
footballers, hockey players, and basketballers that all play for their major league teams, and they're from DeLand.
What?
How big
They
is
were-
this town?
It's smaller than the town that we're from.
No way.
It's actually 4 times smaller than the town that we're from.
Jeez.
Wow.
And this happened again, like, if you're planning to visit our state, DeLand is the area that you want to go to. It's a little known town that most people who even, were born and raised here don't even know about. And the production of the movie Waterboy did put it on the map. But it's just interesting to think that before the production even came there, like dozens and dozens of world-renowned experts, were born and raised in this small,
That's weird.
newly discovered town in Florida.
Right.
So yeah, that's it. DeLand, Florida.
You got a list of those movies?
Home of the Waterboy. I do actually have. We're going to post it on social this week.
Okay. I wanted to try to guess.
What's your
listen to-
favorite Waterboy quote?
Hey, I'm the water boy.
That's a really good. How about you, Cameron?
That is good. Hey, I'm the Waterboy.
Oh, that's later when he
Right,
starts
exactly.
taking
In the third act.
Yeah, he says.
What
a
was
little
yours,
differently.
Wayne?
I like the part where he goes, "Hey, I'm the Waterboy."
Yeah.
In the
That
second
was-
act.
He didn't nail that.
No, no.
FMOFM
That was the blooper
podcast.
reel.
I know. FMOFM podcast is where you can find us on social media.
Oh, God.
If you're on Facebook, it's Florida Man on Florida Man podcast.
What a silly show this has been.
It's a silly show.
Yeah.
If you want bonus material, you can go on to patreon.com/FMOFM podcast. We are streaming live
Yes, we
for
are.
our live streamers, and we appreciate you guys for supporting the show. We love you. 114, we did it.
Wow, we did it. I didn't think we'd get through it.
I was worried a couple times.
Sports,
When
And
I-
sports is a hard topic for us.
Yeah, when we accidentally booed the guy passing away in the desert, I was a little worried.
When you say we, you mean you.
You had the finger on the button.
Yeah.
all the time.
it was premature.
You are premature.